Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. And what would that be? I mean, the possibility that the victim has left us a message. Huh? Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we are back with another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We are on episode 5, the final day, trial former, where we are slowly working our way through the end of this case and figuring out what this whole incident with Lana, Emma, the killing of whoever, the police chief, what connection does that have to SL9? We don't know. We don't know yet. I mean, we know a little bit, but we're gonna figure out the rest, right? So bear with me, y'all. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this. Judge, do you know what the reason was, Mr. Wright? Oh, I forgot what was even happening. I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. Okay, so this is something to do with Emma, like I said. I did guess this before. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would had to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall? That sounds like a ridiculousness clip. Just gets knocked into the wall and sends a jar flying. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. Okay. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yeah. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yeah. There is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. So see, okay, so when I thought the murder weapon could have been the suit of armor's knife, you know, I was actually onto something. Another possibility. Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nonetheless, or nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Skye knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall, then... Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah. I thought that for a second when we first saw the picture, and I was like, the suit of armor was the actual murder weapon? Ain't no way. So then, okay, but the events afterwards, though, we still gotta know about that. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? Oh, hold on a second. No! Wait, seriously? This is where we're going with this? Oh, who just hit their table? Who just slammed their desk like a child? I want to know, of course. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. Oh my gosh. Where did she go? Did she run away? Oh my gosh, so really? Wait, so Lana didn't know? I'm so confused. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Skye, but given the circumstances, Joe Darke murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence... Oh, sorry, hold on. Then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. What are you cooking up over there, Edgeworth? Touché, Miss Skye. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. And what would that be? You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean, the possibility that the victim has left us a message. Huh? What? For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life, in one manner or another. Edgeworth, what makes you believe this crock of crap, bro? What made you think of this? That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I've got to think back to the court record. Yep, I got to think back to the save file real quick. Sorry. Like, I'm not trying to get any of my health taken away. Alright. The real murderer's name that the victim left. It is in the evidence. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister is a fucking murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Guy. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek, the truth. Ooh, that's cold! That's cold, actually! No matter how painful it may be. Okay, Edgeworth, that's actually hella cold. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys the message from the deceased. So we have Goodman's note. 221 SL9. I don't know. Evidence for something, but what? Is this it? This is the message from the deceased. Right. Now then, this is the message from the judge. How about you take this save file? Is it the vase? The unstable jar? It was. This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's just forgotten that this is just a jar. A message was left here on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments were not wiped away. Yes, there's a line there drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect those points. And the victim's message will become apparent. No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message does the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. We've got to connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written in these circumstances. His murderer's name. What? What am I doing, bro? Yeah, this is obviously wrong. I'm gonna try to spell out Gant. Yep, there it is. Bruh, this does not look right. I mean, that's Gant, but that isn't... No. It would have to be G-A, and then this would have to be the N, and then this the T. Alright, bro, I know you were dying, but you could have done a better job at, like, G-A-N-T. G-A. Because this is G-A-N, and then T. That's the best I have. What do you think? I came up with this message. Yes. I feel like I'm teaching him... I think you should make him write. I won't do it again 100 times. I never was good at handwriting. I guess I'll check the court record. Alright, yeah, well, we're gonna go back because, like, what the hell? Why would you, like, make me trade? Like, are you, like, I don't know what somebody else's handwriting is like, bro. Like, bro, that's what I got. Like, what do you have to say about that? Oh my gosh, that's what we found. GA. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why I've been thinking about saving. That's all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma. Oh, it doesn't spell Gant. It spells Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. No. 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 Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Oh my. We did it, but at what cost, bro? At what cost? Ooh, hold on a minute. Seaworthy? Can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gant. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Darke was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you forged evidence to ensure his conviction. Hold on a minute. But Joe Darke really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. Yeah, what? Quit twirling your hair. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice? What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery, ultimately the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. Oh, look at them shaking their head in disapproval, bro. I agree. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might as well send an innocent man to his death. How can he just stand there? Order! 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 Ain't no way, bro. He's really about to get off on this. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Oh my gosh. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Well, that wraps it up for this episode. I'm assuming that this is going to be a pretty long trial. I'm going to say that was probably part, like, maybe 1 of 3. Maybe 1 of 2. But for what we found out, I mean, the evidence all points to Emma. Now, whether or not she actually did it, I don't know. I mean, I think we did our thing and we proved that she did it. But I wonder if that was really what happened, because there's still some things that go unanswered, like why was Gant acting so weird, and why was he pulling Emma aside? Why is Lana so damn, like, you know, I think Lana still doesn't actually, I think Lana was forced to believe by Gant that Emma was the one who killed Neil, and not Joe Darke, right? That's what I believe anyways. I think that Gant has organized this whole thing in order to make it look like Emma did it. Because basically that's the only way he could do this, and that's the only way he could have leverage of everyone else. But ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm excited to dive into the rest of this trial, as well as the end of the Ace Attorney, first game. I love this series, but definitely gonna need a little bit of a break from this one. But anyways, until then, y'all, we're gonna be finishing this in the next video. I will see you guys in that next video. Peace, y'all.
But I've learned that deep down there's a light that never goes out. Kingdom Hearts is light.